clear and ground the energies. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hello and welcome to ArcanaUniverse. This is going to be June 2025 energy forecast reading for all the signs, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start off the reading with a collective message. So this part is just the opening, the energies coming through, and then after that we're going to go and do all the signs and then end it with a final collective message at the end. So let's get started. So what is the collective message, opening message coming through? And as with all of my readings, they are timeless, so know that you found it at the perfect time. We do have cross watchers, so roles can be reversed, but you will know if this is your story and which side you are on. Alright, so the opening message that's coming through is regarding a love connection. So there's somebody, oh no, sorry, I did really quick. Okay, there you go. Okay, so there is two energies that I'm picking up that are very like, there's a lot of love, but there's distance and there's defensiveness, and somebody here is just like, they don't really know how to progress things further is what I'm seeing here, okay? Yeah, so it's like, it's kind of like a, I don't want to say a stalemate, but somebody here definitely pulled back. I'm getting here both parties pulled back, actually. It's it's weird because there is so much love, care, affection, and stuff like that, but at the same time, there is this very cutthroat energy. Why is that? Why is there cutthroatness? Okay. So somebody here was just kind of like looking out for their own. They didn't really put into consideration other people's feelings, or there wasn't really room for compromise. They just kind of felt like they had a goal, they wanted to do something, they wanted to do what they wanted to do, and this is the type of person that usually does what they want, and they feel like it's for them to take, like it's for them to do whatever they want. Okay, this is just how they're thinking. Remember, I'm just reading the energies here. But they came across somebody here that is selfless. Okay, they're not selfish, they're selfless. So somebody who's kind of like a little bit opposite of that. One side is more like vain and more materialistic, cares more about what other people think, and whereas that energy meets somebody else who's kind of like the opposite of that. Like they're more giving, generous, more thinking things about doing, not taking action just because it benefits them, but it benefits other people as well. So it's a selfless energy, and so somehow these two came together, and there was love, there was romance, and there was definitely this strong level of feelings. But remember, these are two different types of people who are used to different things in their lives. And so, when they come together, there's going to be some level of friction, right? A little bit of a butting of heads, and because it's two energies, coming together. And as a result, there's some level of like stressful energy. Why is there stress? Okay, because you know, I do sense here that somebody doesn't want problems. They don't, because they it's exhausting. Somebody here, every time they try to fight or argue or tries to go against the grain, so to speak, they are instead met with stress, because they know intuitively that the conflict doesn't have to continue. It doesn't. But somebody here is like playing victim. They are unable to pick themselves back up because it's been so hard for them. I do sense that. It's been very difficult. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that, remember, as mentioned earlier, like this is somebody that this is all they've known. This is how they were raised, grew up, was surrounded by these kinds of circumstances where they weren't, nobody said anything when they were being selfish. Like, if anything, they were just being thrown the evil eye, actually. Because I see here, so this, I'm seeing that somebody here is kind of like delusional, because they think that they're so successful and other people look up to them in such a high light, and because they're doing all of these things to impress other people. But little does this energy realize is that all these people that they're trying to impress and have them look up to them, like to their face, they're like, oh my gosh, you're amazing, you're great, you're doing great, and there's nothing wrong with you, you're perfect. But in the back, behind closed door, they're talking shit. They're just like, oh my gosh, this person's so stupid. They're so immature. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They think they're so grown and all of that, and they think that they're succeeding, but they're not. And so this is, I'm getting a lot of like frenemy energy. Like they say one thing, but in reality they're jealous, and so they ultimately don't want this energy to succeed. And so when they are making mistakes, instead of correcting them, instead of, you know, somebody that actually cares, even though it may rub others the wrong way, they will say it, even if it hurts, or even if it may test the connection, they will say it because they actually care. That, you know, if their life is so great and if so many people care about them and stuff like that, then why are they so unhappy? Why do they feel so depleted? Why does it feel like they actually don't care? It's because they don't care. And this person is kind of having a wake up call. Yeah, anything else? Okay. What I like here is that somebody here is going to be really connecting with their spirituality. I see here that through all of these chaos, stress, and dead end situations, somebody here is going to really connect with God, their higher self. They want to become a better version of themselves. And, you know, people who they consider like family or their actual family, etc., they are going to be a support system. And I do sense here there is this want, like energetically, I'm getting like a push from the universe. So somebody here is going to be motivated to do better. But I will say they're very stressed. They are very stressed, and they need to get out of their head first before real progression, real momentum can take place. But I see here, the truth has come to light. Somebody here realizes and sees the truth for what it is. And because remember, we got to see, can the people that we're surrounding ourselves with, yeah, they can talk, but can they walk the walk? You know what I mean? And so, don't take my word for it. See their actions. See their actions. Is it consistent? Does it align? Period. Anyways, so let's go ahead and move on to Aries. Hello, Aries. Let's go ahead and see what the energies are for you in June 2025. And remember, all of my readings are timeless, so know that you found it at the perfect time. Okay, I am getting a lot of like stressed out energy when it comes to June. Why is that? So somebody here has been, I'm getting kind of like social media stalking, or they've been like I'm getting stalker energy. Yeah, because this energy wants to know the truth. They want to do a little bit more research, but they can't help but feel like they're engulfed within their headspace because they're so stressed. Yeah, so stressed. This is I see here the only thing that is really keeping them going, okay? Well, it's a double-edged sword because it's also the motivator and also the downfall. And what I'm seeing here is that somebody here is very like sexually charged. And so it's almost like they are not able to think straight. Okay? It's just like because they feel so passionate and so like wanting this so badly that it has created some level of stress. Let me get some water. So God is urging this energy to like really balance themselves out because there is an imbalance here. It's almost like somebody is doing things in the extreme, like obsessing, anxiety, stress, overthinking, and the reason why God is just like, whoa, like chill, right? The reason why God is saying chill is because the person that this energy is connecting with, they're very like a secure individual. Okay, so they're very grounded, and whatever they say they'll do, they actually do. Like it's like they're what they say actually carries weight. And so God is just like, if you're dealing with somebody like this who's reliable, who's consistent, then why all the anxiousness? Why is there this stress factor, so to speak? Somebody here needs to start being honest, okay? Because they've been hiding their feelings, their true feelings, and their intentions. And if they do that, then they are going to be met with resistance because, if there's dishonesty, if there is somebody here is trying to hide the truth, then the person that is grounded, that knows what they want, and has been nothing but straightforward with what they want, they're not going to want somebody that plays games and who's just in and out and is just high and low. Like, they want consistency. Okay, so not like fluctuation, no. cool, easy, calm. And so somebody here really needs to get out of their head and try to like calm themselves is what I'm seeing here, okay? Any final advice or messages? A lot of aces, huh? A lot of aces. So it's saying go for it. Like just, I'm getting this shedding energy. Somebody here really needs to let go of their insecurities and really speak from the heart and be optimistic. Somebody here is so pessimistic, still like, you know, worried about the worst and what could happen. And it's just like there's so much love and potential here. All they have to do is just let go of their shadows, let go of their insecurities, paranoia. I'm getting somebody here is very paranoid. And so that is something this energy really needs to work on, okay? And remember, it keeps coming up. It's saying be honest. Be honest. Don't play games with this individual, okay? And you'll know which side you are on, obviously, if you're not the one playing games, you know? So don't play yourself by playing others, okay? Don't play games. Just be straightforward, okay? All right. Taurus. Hello, Taurus. This is going to be your June 2025 energy reading. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, a lot of stress energy coming, huh? Okay, somebody here is needing to make a decision. Okay. Their balance is upset. The balance, oh, so much cards. Okay. Yeah, there has been an upset, and as a result, there is silence. Okay, somebody here retracted because they weren't able to make a decision. Somebody wasn't being fair, they weren't being just. It wasn't an equal give and take, even though there was a lot of feelings. It's almost as if, you know, I'm getting like best friend energy, where it's just like these two were able to come together, have so much fun. They actually really cared about one another. But what happened? Well, it just keeps talking about somebody was pouring more, okay, into the connection. Hello, welcome back. Lily. No worries, no worries. Glad to have you back. Interesting username. Anyways. So yeah, as mentioned, there was just this lack of equal give and take, and somebody was playing games, they were lying, they weren't being honest. Somebody here was pretending to be somebody they weren't. And so even though there was a lot of like happiness within this connection, somebody here ultimately had to walk away for their sanity, because they just was tired. Yeah. Hello, Kerwin. Well, what's the deal, fam? How's everyone? Good. How are you? Oh. For those of you who are new, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for the subscribes, likes, and feel free to click on the notification bell so you're notified of when I go live or post new content. All right. Okay, so what's the future of this connection? Because it's like, wow. What? All right. Okay, but what needs to change? All right, here it is. You ready? You ready? Okay, so somebody here, the person that was lying, right? The person that was being sneaky, was pretending to be somebody they're not, who's, you know, what they say and what they did it online. This person, I mean, it's a given that they are manipulative. Okay, they're manipulative. And the reason why they are manipulative is because they got they got something mental issues. Okay, mental issues. Hello, Michael B. Welcome. So this person, that's one of the reasons why they do what they do, is because they're not thinking clearly. They don't think clearly. They don't think like a normal person. Yeah, I said it. I said it. You know, their thought process is a little wonky. And that is the reason why they feel like they need to play games, that they need to hide themselves, that they need to hide their true self and pretend to be somebody they're not. But here we are. They met somebody that really moves them, that they felt like, I'm getting friendship. I'm getting friendship energy. So like, somebody really cared, and that has been a triggering thing that really so love, okay, love is triggering this person to be a better version of themselves, to connect with God, to connect with their higher self, and it's all in the name of love. Okay, but this person has a lot of work to do. They do. Anything else? I mean, somebody still has feelings, they still care, and they want to, I'm getting, keep their promise. Somebody here wants to keep their promise, even if it takes longer than it should. Like, I'm getting this like slow and steady wins the race kind of thing, and they just don't want to F it up again. They don't. Yeah. Somebody here wants higher level of commitment. They want marriage. They want the whole thing, and so they don't want to mess it up. I should have. Yeah, this is why. Surprise, surprise! It's still live. So you know, when I what can I say? What can I say? Okay. All right. Let me just wipe my tears before the next one. Okay. Good. Good. All right. Geminis. Hello, Geminis. Oh, the Taurus reading got a little real. Alright, so Geminis, what's the energy coming for you in June 2025? Okay. Guy, I'm not gonna cry through the whole video, okay? So like, okay, Okay, God. Okay. All right. So for June, I see here that there's a lot of love. A lot of love coming in. Somebody here wants to grow and wants to take this connection to the next level. There's a lot of love and feelings, and somebody here really sees this other individual as their end all be all. They want the whole thing, you know, long term commitment, monogamy. Oh, oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, and the reason why this connection works is because there is, you know, both parties put in the effort, puts in the work. There's a lot of like sexual chemistry, and it's like they put one another first as their priority. Somebody does have insecurities though, because they're worried that there is I don't want to say a wandering eye, but somebody here is worried that the the person that they're dealing with may still have their eye on somebody else or is thinking about somebody else, because they would catch them in like kind of like a daydream of kind of like there's somebody got caught just kind of like sitting and reflecting and thinking about somebody else. And so somebody saw that, somebody felt it, and that is creating insecurities. And it's to the point, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody says something or will say something, said something or will say something about how they're feeling. You know, they're gonna be point blank. Are you still thinking about somebody else? Is there somebody else? Do you still want them, etc.? What's the answer? No. It's a no. It's done. It's over with. Okay? Because the other person that they were dealing with was a fraud. Okay, I'm getting a fraud. They pretended to be somebody they weren't. They were lying, perhaps cheating. They were just being sneaky, low vibrational energy. And so for those of you, you know, who are connecting with somebody who you're really vibing with and you're really hoping that there will be something that comes out of it that's for the long term, you know, don't let the paranoia and the stress hinder this connection, because you got to remember why they broke up with the other person or why they stopped talking to the other person in the first place. I'm getting the word bitch because they were a bitch. Okay? So imagine, why would the person that you're connecting with go back to somebody that treated them wrong? Right? Think about that. So the past, somebody here actually put an end to it. wrapped it up, closed the book, and just burned it. Okay, they tossed it out the window, burned it, what have you, and they're moving on. Somebody here is actually moving on because they're tired of the lies, the cheaters, the deceitful energy, breadcrumbing, sharp words, bitchiness, all of that, and at the end they'll just be like, "But I still care. I still." I was like, "No, no." Somebody that loves you, that cares about you, is not going to lie, cheat on you, steal from you, talk to other people. They won't hurt you. Somebody that truly is dedicated, who is truly in love, they won't do that. They won't do that. Okay? So the energy I'm getting here is somebody, you know, there was an ending and there's going to be a new beginning. So I'm getting like strong, like if there was like a breakup or like a divorce or what have you, that's the death of that. That's the end of that. Okay? Leave it in the coffin. Don't try to dig back up those skeletons. Like, what? Okay? Move on, move forward. Somebody here is looking forward to moving on and having something that is committed and spiritual, a spiritual connection. Yeah. I am getting some sort of like delay, okay? Some sort of distance and delay. Somebody here is a little bit tied up because of conflicts. It could be work related, money related, but somebody here is a little tied up as a result. And so if there's any stagnancy, any waiting period, that's the reason why. The final advice here is both parties, they need to make a decision and be sure that they are on the same page and that they want to head in the same direction. Okay, somebody here needs to be deliberate with their choices. Okay, it's just like make a decision, stick with it, and go through with it. You know, that's what I'm saying here. It's just like, don't stop going back and forth because somebody here is paranoid and because they've been hurt in the past. It's just like, if you're connecting with somebody that truly cares and loves, like they'll show it. You'll see it. You'll feel it. That's what I'm saying here, okay? Cancers. Hello, Cancers. Welcome. This is going to be your 2025 energy forecast reading. Let's see what we have for Cancers. Is that you, 7? Bro, it's a hello 8888. Bro, wow, my beautiful wife. Oh, it is 7. Numero 7. How many aliases you got now, huh? But great to have you here. Good to see ya. Or see ya. At least it's not a blank photo. It's something. I don't know what it is, but. Ah. Oh, versus 7. Oh, you're going up to 8. Okay, okay. All right. I like the thought process behind that. Okay. So, Cancers. I see here somebody is going to be working very hard on being a little bit more mature. Okay. So, somebody here has a tendency to be. They have. This energy has mental blockages. Okay. This energy has mental blockages, and there's a lot of like growing up that this energy needs to do. And the thing about this person that I'm picking up is that they're very manipulative, okay? It's like they have a goal. It's like they know what they're doing. They act stupid, okay? They act dumb, they act aloof and all of that, but they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. And so, and it's not something, it's not like they haven't done this before. They've done it multiple times, numerous times. Like they do the same thing over and over again, actually. The manipulation, the tactics, the lying. They've done it before. And they do it because they think it works. They think that like it benefits them and that this is all a game and all of that, but it's clearly because somebody here needs to grow up, and a part of it literally could be that they have some sort of mental disorder, okay, that they're unable to escape from their mental entrapment, their conditioning, their psychological behaviors and personality, okay. Aw, so sweet. So sweet. I keep wanting to call you 7 still though. Okay, anyways. It's okay. It's okay. um Alright, let's move on. Yeah. Oh dear. Okay, I'm getting a gold digger energy. Okay, so just be mindful. Okay, so you may be connecting with somebody who may be, they think that they're very, you or them. Okay, remember I got both sides listening in here, so you'll know which side you're on. But I'm getting here somebody thinks they're very attractive. They could be attractive, sure, but they have this cockiness, this air about them where they feel like, oh yeah, I'm hot shit, everybody wants me, I can get anything, whatever. Like they got this, like, again, it's delusional. There's something going on. And so, but the thing about this energy, they're doing it for the image. Okay, this person has like they have some sort of vainness about them. They do things not because it feels right, because it's the right thing to do, or because, you know, it's coming from the heart. No, somebody here is just like they're doing it for the status, the money, the image. And so obviously, if this person is coming towards somebody that knows their value, is able to see right through these kinds of behaviors, they're going to reject them. They're going to be like, what? You're just a gold digger. Like, you're just trying to play. And so somebody here, the person that knows their worth is going to be resistant to this connection. And the thing is, the person who is delusional, they're going to be like, they don't even know. They don't even know that I'm playing them. That's how they're thinking. But little do they know, the person that they're trying to play, they do know. And they already rejected this energy. Okay? Yeah. They're both playing each other. They're both playing each other. So one side is actually, pretending to be like all innocent and stuff, but they're talking to other people. So I'm getting this very like having their cake and eating it too kind of thing. Oh. But to be fair, it's because one side feels like they're single. Hmm. Yeah, I'm getting like fuck buddy energy, okay? Pardon my French, but I'm getting somebody here that is just like, you know what? I know, like, somebody here is like, oh, they know that they're playing them, so I'm gonna play them too. And, like, oh, at least, this is very low vibrational. Like, this is toxic. And it's because of codependency, because it feels familiar. And somebody here believes that this is what love is, this is what love feels like. But this is toxic. So, the devil is doing its work. Devil is working overtime. Okay? It is trying to the devil is trying to normalize this behavior. You know? An eye for an eye. If everybody is going to be cheating, then they're going to be cheating too. Like, it's just like nobody's standing up. Nobody's standing in their power here. They're just like, I'm getting misery loves company. So I'm picking up two miserable energies of finding comfort in the flesh. In flesh. Okay. But God wants me to point out. So if everything is fine and dandy, if everything is going well, then why is there still depression, anxiety, stress, overthinking things? Why? If supposedly they found some sort of unique toxic balance, that so that's how you know it's not working. Look at that. That's how you know it's not working. It's creating confusion. Somebody here has their eyes covered. The devil is playing them like a puppet, like making them believe that they're in their power for doing toxic behaviors. And so that is why, for those of you who are wondering, why do they feel like, why do you feel this way? Why do you feel so sad? Why do you feel unfulfilled and unhappy? It's because somebody here is pouring into a black hole. Okay? There's no. It's just like just throwing money away, throwing energy away. And it's sad to see. It is sad to see, I will say. Okay? Any advice? Well, I'm seeing here somebody really needs to acknowledge the truth, okay? See the truth for what it is, and really reflect. Cuz see, I see here somebody's higher self is crying, like they're so unhappy. Their higher authentic self, they're so unhappy because they're living in a lie. living in. Somebody here is disgusted by their actions. And so they're going to do something about it. What are they going to do? Somebody here needs to set this right. Okay, whatever. I'm getting that like that my name is Earl thing. I mentioned that show in like past live streams before, but that's the example that wanted to come up. But so I haven't really watched the show, but I kind of know the gist of it. But it's pretty much this guy who ended up being like an asshole or a jerk or what have you. Like he's not great, but then he kind of had this like a moment, you know? Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, they just had this like awakening that their actions, you know, they weren't living authentically, and so he started going and like I think he made a list and he tried to do things right again, and he would like go to them and like apologize and stuff like that, and put in the effort to make things from wrong to right. So this is exactly what somebody here needs to do. Okay. All right, let's move on to I wanted to say Gemini. No, not Gemini. Leos. Leos. All right. Hello, Leos. You may be dealing with a Gemini because I wanted to say Geminis for some reason. So, so this is going to be your June 2025 energy forecast reading. Let's see what we have here for June 2025. Okay, so I'm seeing here strong earth energy coming through. So this person, somebody here has strong earth placement, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, and their sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Strong Virgo energy coming through, but somebody here is holding on. Okay, they haven't let go, they're holding on because they feel like there is a soulful connection here. There is like emotional bliss and like a connection that really felt like it was built upon friendship in a sense. It was just like somebody here, they actually care about one another, and but somebody here doesn't feel enough. They feel like they don't have much going for them. Perhaps they don't have enough money, or there's some sort of like lack energy that this energy somebody here is feeling. So I'm seeing here somebody understands that this is like a destined, fated connection, but it's so quiet. Why is it quiet? this, it feels like something ended or something wrapped up. It's like somebody here was tired of any toxicity, any toxic behaviors. They were tired of it. Somebody had standards, they knew their worth, they knew that in a love connection, especially in a romantic connection, it's like if they didn't feel like they were reciprocated or that they were part of a team, they knew that it couldn't progress. Okay, so this very grounded energy knew that they couldn't progress things because there was toxicity. Somebody's outdated beliefs, old patterns, the way they do things, the way that they had devilish ways. Okay? Aww. Should I call you 8 now instead of 7? So 8. But it kind of sounds like ATE 8. I don't know. Like, so maybe I don't know. I don't know. But wrote, I really appreciate your presence. Aw, shucks. Well, I appreciate you being here. Okay? Alright. And then so somebody here is sad because they know that they could have been better. They knew that what they had was special, and but they kept, somebody here kept looking to the past, or they just couldn't value what was standing right in front of them. They were just so focused on their sadness, insecurities, depression, anxiety, things that didn't go in their favor. They were so focused on that they neglected the connection that was actually there, that was actually healthy and caring. Okay? Aww. I'm like, what do we call you? 8888. Wrote, I'm grateful my higher self brought me here. Aww. Yeah. Okay. Get that. Somebody here is going through a very difficult time due to some level of, due to an ending or a wrapping up of a cycle. Okay. So what's the advice? Okay. All right, there's your energy. Okay, so what I'm seeing here. Okay, so the advice to the person that has been nothing but grounding and caring and kind and understanding, to that energy, it's saying, stand up for yourself. You know your worth. And that even though this energy may have been dealing with somebody that has been acting out in immature ways, it's saying to keep the goal in mind. Because I what I see here is that this energy they have a vision, they have a goal, they have a long-term goal, which is that they want to be with somebody. Oh yeah, I believe that. I believe that. They so yeah, they have a long-term goal. Like they're looking for somebody that they want to settle down with. And some people, when they hear settled, they get all like, oh, commitment phobe. And it's just like, relax, relax. It's not just because somebody is like, oh yeah, I'm looking to get married, or I'm dating with marriage in mind, or whatever. It's just like somebody here needs to chill. It doesn't mean, oh, we're gonna get married and knocked up in like a month. Like it's just that's not what this energy is all about. There's just somebody here just knows that that's where they want to head towards, in a direction where they feel like they're in almost like a family connection. Yeah, like they they want somebody that they can be with through the thick and thin, highs and lows, be a partner, be part of a partnership where both parties, put effort into the connection. And so for this energy, the advice here is don't give up on that, if that's what you want, if you want a strong partner that can be by your side and do life together with, then keep that alive. Don't let immature energies come in and rock your world and all of that. It's like, no, stand your ground. You're fighting for your happiness, in a sense. You're standing up for yourself and creating some level of standards. So that's great. And now the advice for the person that is, have some work to do. It literally, due to like, old ways of thinking, conditioning, toxic past traumas, what have you, that they haven't been healing from. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so what this energy needs to do is is well, one, commit to themselves and to the person that they want to be with. They need to be clear. Somebody here needs to be clear and not half-ass it, is what I'm seeing here. Okay? Because if somebody here wants to create a legacy, and I see here that this energy, like, they have a lot of passion, they have a lot of like, there's a lot of like sexual chemistry, and there's still this want. I see here that if this energy does want the same things, fears aside, anxiety, depression, trauma, all of that aside, at the heart of it, somebody here does want commitment, does want a future where there is emotional fulfillment and bliss. And so it's saying it's time to roll up the sleeves and get to work, and that could mean, working on yourself, working on addressing things that you may have put on the back burner, doing things that will help you, or help this connection, get closer to this long-term goal. It's just keep going, keep at it, work on it, and learn. And not just learn, there's a difference. Okay, some people think just reading or hearing, they're learning. They're not. They're just reading and hearing. To actually learn something, you need to receive it, take it in, internalize it, be conscious of the information coming through. And if it's the type of learning And if it's the type of learning where you actually need to put forth into your life, then that's how you know you actually learned, that you actually practice what you preach and take action. Okay? Any final advice? So somebody here is wondering, well, what if it's too late? You know? What if it's too late? What if there was too much damage that has been done due to somebody's deceitful ways? Okay, God, what do you think? God, what do you think? Well, that's the thing. You know? Somebody here needs to make a decision. Somebody here needs to make a decision. Are they going to be in that mindset of, oh well, it's too late, lost my chance, can never build and gain their trust again, like, because somebody F things up? Well, if you're going to keep that mindset, be unclear and at limbo with your life, then that's your choice. What will happen if they decide not to do that and to actually heal, move on, and actually work on themselves? What is going to be their future? Oh. You know, this is why I love doing live sometimes. Like, it's just, I can't make it up, you know? So if somebody here actually makes the choice to make their wrongs right, to work on themselves so that the connections that they decide to invest in, that is going to be fruitful, you know, if they keep working on themselves to shed and to heal all of that, oh, you're so sweet. then you're going to get exactly what you want. It's just like, what? It's that simple. So you know what? It's just that simple. It's just that simple. It's like you put it. They say grass is green. Where does it? Some people think grass is greener on the other side. No, it's green where you water it, where you invest in it, where you put effort in it. And obviously, both parties will need to do that. It's not one-sided. Love is reciprocal. True love. So we reap what we sow. It is, and that's what we, the whole free will thing, that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. It's your life. It's your life. All right. Let's move on. Oh, amazing. Oh, amazing. Let go of the burdens, all right? Be confident. Go within, use your intuition. And if you effed up, okay? And if you effed up, oh gosh, you better make it up. You better make it up. Okay? Like hard. Okay. Virgos. Oh, thank you. Such kind words. All right, Virgos. Let's see what we have here. So I'm picking up on an energy where, I do sense a lot of like love coming in, okay? Whether that is like friendship or, people who care, or that, or, yeah, somebody here is just having a good time or just enjoying somebody's company, or they, somebody here is really trying to look at things in a positive light, happy light. Because, a lot of people, they're going through something. Somebody is going through something, and there may be a lot of burdens. But what I'm seeing here is that this energy wants to let burdens go. They want to travel lightly, is what I'm seeing here. Like energetically travel lightly, or what have you. It's just like they just want to let go of things that doesn't uplift them, and it's not for their highest good. They want to let that go. And so these burdens could be, mindset, or like, or people, places, or things, whatever it is, mindset. They're letting it go. I'm getting, the Taylor Swift, shake it off, shake it off. Okay, so somebody here is just shaking off all the hate, all the drama, all the burdens, and they're just trying to enjoy their time with the people that care, that who equally wants to just have a good time as well. And I see here, there is somebody in this person's energy that is very cocky. Okay, this may be somebody that has maybe talking to multiple people, or likes to have a full social calendar, or they feel like they're hot shit or something like that. They just kind of, but the thing about this is somebody had this realization that they don't want to be connected with somebody, connected to somebody that behaves like this, that thinks like this, that goes and comes as they please, they take and do whatever they want without being thoughtful to other people's time, energy, emotions, etc. And so I'm getting that somebody here is putting up healthy boundaries, and that they're not letting just anybody into their energy. Okay? And so, I mean, come on, that is attractive, right? That is attractive way to think and to live. And so as a result, I see a lot of people interested. They're gonna start wanting to just talk. I'm getting male and female, like it's not gender specific, but it's just like somebody here is oh, thank you for confirming. But so somebody here is just, they think, so every time they meet, so this energy, they meet other people, they think that that's their, the other person thinks that that's their soulmate. Like there's this kind of like this I'm getting fan base or something like that. Like there are a lot of energies that are very, they love spending time with this individual because they feel like they have a soulful connection. It's almost like this energy believes, this energy believes that these stars lined up perfectly to bring this individual into their life. And as a result, like, all I'm getting multiple energies are just like they want a piece. They want a piece of this. But it's like I'm getting wait your turn. I'm getting somebody here needs to wait their turn or something, or like there's a lot of stagnant, like there's a lot of waiting around. So what I'm getting here is that, you know, these energies that are interested in this individual, it's like they're also not, it's like they're taking action but they're not taking action. Isn't that weird? Aw, 8 wrote this woman is a female Merlin. Oh, that's so funny. This Merlin was actually in my radar a few days ago. I was like, oh, Merlin. Oh yeah, you know Merlin. Aw, oh, you knew Merlin. But like I didn't realize this, but I go to this place like pretty often, like almost daily. Okay, I I go to this location almost daily, right? And I didn't realize until like maybe a week later that there is a sign that says Merlin on it. And I didn't see it for the longest time because it was like covered by like trees or something. And I saw it a few days ago and I was like, huh, Merlin. So it's funny that you brought that up. But all right, so yeah, the people that are interested, they just kind of feel like they need to wait their turn or that there's a lot of stagnancy. But as mentioned, what's interesting about what I'm picking up here, oh, so what's interesting about this is like these energies, they take action but they don't take action. It's weird, right? It's like they show that they're interested, but at the end of the day there's like not so much of a follow through. Okay, I will say that. And so as a result, there's a lot of like standby waiting energy going on. Okay, all right. Anything else? Wow. Okay, so I'm picking up an energy that hasn't let go of the connection, even though there has been stagnancy and a lot of waiting around. So, so this energy may be like MIA and, you know, missing in action. For those of you who don't know what that stands for, because I know some people still don't know that, and that's not their fault. That's not their fault. So now you know. But um, Yeah, somebody here that hasn't been making a decision, is just kind of at limbo, is trying to see and observe, when's the right time and all the perfect timing and all of that. They haven't let go. They're still holding on to this connection. They feel like there's so much happiness and joy within this connection, but they know that they need to stand up. They really need to be in their power, and it's just like be res- responsible and actually do what they say, is what I'm seeing here. They actually need to do what they say. I'm getting here, somebody here does want a fresh new beginning, but it's like when they have this fresh new beginning, it's almost as if they're going to be, I don't want to say they're completely a different person, but they're really going to emphasize and try to be in their power, is what I'm seeing here. Like they're going to be mature. They're going to be mature. Somebody is coming up with a game plan to win this person over. Okay? So somebody is going to make a game plan and execute it so that they can have some sort of a new beginning where this energy can really stand in their power and live authentically. Okay, so the energy, the energy that is being more like pursued, okay, the person that is like catching all of these people's attention and stuff because they can't get enough of them. The advice for them is, you know your worth. You're attractive. I'm getting like a leader type energy who is like a go-getter and all of that. But not only are they show up in the material, but they're also very intuitive. Oh, thank you. Um, yeah, not only are they intuitive, but they're like, I'm getting the word like sexy. I'm getting like sexy, hot, and but not only that, they're like so spiritually devoted. And so this is a good person. This is a good person. And somebody can't get enough of that. They think that's hot. Ooh, hot! Just kidding. I'm sure you are. 8. I'm sure you are. Okay. So Libra. Oh, hello Libra. So let's see what we have for Libra, June 2025. What's the energy coming through? I'm gonna need to go a little quicker on this. We're only halfway through. Libra. What do we have for Libra? Oh. So what I'm getting here, somebody here feels rejected. They're sad because they feel like there's like third parties and that they're not good enough, and Well, the thing about this energy is I can see why they feel like they're not good enough. It's because they haven't been behaving in a good manner. Like they've been lying, cheating, being deceptive. Oh, oh, so sweet. Oh, um, yeah. So I can see why this energy feels like they're not enough and they don't have much going for them. Hello, Justin. Wrote, hey, girl. Um, so yeah, it's just like, okay, so that makes sense. So somebody here who has been very deceitful has been blocked off, cut off from a very grounded energy, like somebody who's very abundant, mature, generous, caring, giving, understanding, all of these good words. But because this person has standards, you know, they don't want to be toyed with, they don't want to be played, they're not somebody's emotional punching bag. They're not. And so as a result, they did what they felt was the healthy thing to do for themselves, which is to block off this connection. And so somebody here is very motivated to come back and to create something more within this connection is what I'm seeing here. Okay. See, the thing is, this energy that has been, you know, they hadn't treated this connection fairly in the past, okay? You know, they may have been like a player or something like that, or tried to play this, or you know, tried to have options and all of that. The thing about the person that who was doing this, they did have this breakdown moment, this tower moment of where they were at the lowest point in a sense. You know, they were depressed, they were stressed, anxiety. They didn't, I'm getting somebody felt like they didn't want to go on, if you know what I mean. Like they just wanted to give up. But fortunately for them, they did a little soul searching, which was helpful. However, they're still up to their no good tricks and ways. That's the thing, right? What's the point of doing all of this healing, reflecting, and all of that if you're just going to go right back to doing what you used to do? So, what's the advice? There needs to be some level of discipline and an end to that kind of behavior for this energy to actually find true happiness, true love, because it's karma. It's karma, okay? You know, the people that this energy may have been dealing with that they think that they were fooling and all of that, doesn't matter if they can't see what this energy is doing, the lies that they're carrying out. It doesn't matter because God knows, karma knows, and so God will punish this person. Hey, you know, I don't know if you guys knew, but God isn't always rainbows and sunshine. No, God is very protective and tries to be fair and will bless the ones that, let's just say God has favorites, okay? God has favorites. And if God sees that somebody here is relapsing, you know, was at their lowest and then tries to do their best, but then they fall back and then go back to their ways. They're not living authentically. They're not being disciplined. Okay? It's broken promises. Oh. Oh. So God is disappointed. Okay? God is disappointed. God is unhappy. And so that is the reason why God is holding back on your blessings, or the blessings of this person, until they are able to do the right things, whether people see it or not. Until they're able to do that, it's just gonna keep going south. They're going to keep getting played. They're going to keep getting hurt, and it's not going to be it's going to be a never-ending cycle. And so this is where free will comes into play. We have to do the work. Okay? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force them to drink it. And that's the free will that God gave us. Okay? God wants you to succeed. God does. God wants you to be happy. But not under these circumstances, these toxic behaviors. Hello, D-Dawes. Welcome back. Alright. Anything else? Anything else really rough? Oh, goodness. I know. I saw some truth bombs, right? A lot of truth bombs has been dropped, but guess what? You got a lot of thinking to do, right? You got a lot of assessments that you need to do, right? So if you would like a personal question done right here, right now, then all you have to do is the super chat. I think I should say how much. Okay, but if you want a personal thing right here, right now, yeah, super chat the amount. I wrote it in the description of this video. It should say it. But if you want more of a private one-on-one, I do offer personals. So all of that information can be found in the description of this video. But otherwise, I understand. It's not all about money, but D-Dawes wrote, oh, congratulations for super chat button. So guess what? So technically, I had super chat for a while. And I had it for a while, and then all of a sudden, like, people couldn't find the button anymore. And I was like, what? That's weird. And then during this period, they were also sending, like, Google and YouTube was sending me, like, verification codes so that they can pay me, get all of my financial stuff in order so that everything was ready to go. But so I was just like, oh, maybe that's the reason why, the super chat button disappeared. But it turns out, I don't know if something got reset or something, but the super chat button was turned off. So I was just like, oh my gosh, all this time I could have gotten super chat, or the ability to, but it didn't. Oh well. It is what it is. I'm not too, like, I'm glad I found out sooner than later. But I was wondering, oh, that's a little weird. Some of you guys may remember me saying, oh, that's a little weird. But anyways. So, but yeah, it's there now. It's back. Alright, so yeah, a final message here for Libras is that if you have been doing the work, amazing. God is, being like, yay, job, you know, blessings. Like you'll know when the blessings come in, you know. But just try to get out of this energy that I was picking up. It's just like they need to really get out of their head and all of that, and take action. All right. Yeah. So, but yeah, dude, that's like, uh, you know, it's there, and but I have. Oh. So yeah, you know, as you guys know, I post like the collective general and stuff like that for those who are, as mentioned, it's not always about money, but and so for those who can't afford it or what have you and all of that, you know, no excuses on leveling up spiritually because I post free content. So no excuses. Okay. Next up. Scorpios. Hello, Scorpios, for June 2025. What's going on for Scorpios? Yeah, it all comes from within first. So you first, right? The work needs to be done on yourself first. Scorpios. Okay. Alright, so what I'm getting is that, you know, there has been I'm getting a lot of success. Okay, I'm picking up on a lot of success. So whether that is like acknowledgement or promotion, more money coming through, or blessings, or something like that, I'm getting a lot of like recognition and success energy is what I'm picking up. And so I see here it's also been a very like faded kind of blessings. It's almost as if like God really moved things for this individual. Like it almost feels very divinely guided, protected. It's almost as if like the right doors opened at the right time, right opportunities just came along. It feels very lucky and fortunate. And I would like to believe, and I also see here, it's because somebody here has been racking up good karma. Like and I'm so happy to see that here because, you know, leading up to this point and like seeing all the energies from the other signs coming through, you know, there's a lot of brokenness that I felt when I was tapping into the energies, and it's sad to see when those energies they're not being rewarded. They feel broken and as if things are not going well in their favor. It's because they're not karmically and and on the good side of God, so to speak. Like they've been doing questionable things and consciously. It's not like they knew what they're doing. Anyways, I don't want to get too much into the other people's reading. The reason why I bring it up is because it contrasts to what I'm seeing here, which is somebody here is like they've right? Somebody here, even when people weren't looking, even when they weren't being rewarded, they kept going. They were true to themselves. And so I'm getting like a huge like pat on the back, like good job, like because I see here, I know it hasn't always been rainbows and sunshine and easy for this individual. I know I can see that, but at the end of the day, they always did try to do the right thing, and I see that here. And so, and I see they also did make sacrifices along the way, like in order to avoid conflict um, and to have a better outcome. I see here that they made a lot of sacrifices, maybe even like got less pay or something like that. Like it. And so even though the people, places, or things may have tried to bring them down, somebody didn't give up, and they chose their battles wisely. That's great. Oh my gosh, Scorpio! I'm impressed. Or somebody who's dealing with, or remember I read energy, so you may not be a Scorpio or may have strong Scorpio placements or whatever. And if you're resonating with this, then amazing. Okay. Anything else? Okay, I see here somebody has been very strategic when it comes to their love life. And it's because somebody here has a goal. Okay, somebody here has a goal. They're in love with somebody here and they want this person, and so they're going to do whatever it takes to keep this person, to make them happy, to put in the effort. And wow. Okay. And somebody here has been doing a lot of like regeneration, like death and rebirth kind of stuff. And so a lot of healing. If you have been sick recently, or if you have been feeling under the weather, or, if you end up getting sick or something like that, don't be too hard on yourself. Okay, it just means God is trying to provide you space and time to reflect, to heal and recuperate, so that you can continue to go through any bullshit, okay, any BS. Because I do sense here that some people are just going to just stand in your way because they don't like to see you happy or see this energy happy, because they're not happy and they're jealous and they feel like, well, why, if they have it, why can't I have it? Like that kind of energy. And so obviously those energies, we're bound to come by these kinds of energies regardless. They're going to be there regardless. It's what we do when we cross paths with these kinds of energies that really matters. And so the advice coming through is, if they're super toxic, if they are a dead end, you've tried and all of that, and it's just again, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force them to drink it. And at that point, my recommendation is or God's recommendation. I'm just a translator, really. I'm just a messenger. It is saying, show them compassion, because the reason why they're behaving that way is because they obviously don't like themselves. They don't. Okay? Hello, J1. And they just can't see other people happy, and that's why they're so sad, and that's why they act the way they do. And so it's just like, you know, you shouldn't be dragged down by these energies. So there's a time and a place to let people go and to be mindful and restrict yourself, you know, protect yourself, you know what I mean, so that you're protecting your energy. I mean, this is why we have skin, right? We have skin, like, it's a protective barrier. And so energetically as well, we got to do that, like, continuously, consistently. And so don't let people who are just in and out of your life, just trying to ruin your day for no reason, get you down, okay? All right. Oh my god, I just got such a Scorpio download. It's just say, it's just, it's saying, it's saying, fuck them in a nice way. It's just like deuces, but in a nice way. Then you know, you can just cut them out of your life and you'll never see them again, and it's fine, you know? So don't let it affect you to the point where it's bringing you down, okay? That's the main message. All right, let's move on to Sagittarius. Hello, Sagittarius. This is going to be your June 2025 energy forecast reading. Let's see what we have here. Sagittarius. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on the notification bell to be notified of when I post new content. All right. Sagittarius. Okay. A little bit more. Okay, what is going on? So I'm getting a dissatisfaction energy. Okay, somebody here. It's like God. There was this fated event. Okay, you may have met somebody that felt like they were fated and all that, but there is some sort of rejection energy. And it's due to somebody here being overly stressed and overthinking things. And I'm getting here, somebody is keeping tabs. It's almost as if like they want to see if what they're thinking is correct. Like somebody here is wanting proof. Somebody wants to know if they're acting single. They don't like that. Like, it's just like, okay, for an example, if somebody here is dating somebody, and especially if you're in a relationship with somebody, but if somebody here is acting single, we got a problem, right? And somebody here doesn't like that. They're just like, I'm getting just like this dialogue kind of thing. And as an example, it's like, it's pretty much like, why are you acting single? You want to be single? Okay. I'm not. I'm not laughing at like. I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing because it's just like I love the straightforwardness. It's just like, yeah, you say it. You say it. Okay? So somebody here is obviously not shy about, saying what's on their mind. And so, okay, yeah, look at that. And as a result, this is creating some level of drama, chaos, competitive energy. But at the end of the day, I see here there is love. Okay, somebody here really cares, but they just feel like I'm getting somebody left the building. It's like, so perhaps maybe when they're together, it's nice. It feels great. They have fun. But when they're apart, it feels like somebody acts like they're single. Perhaps they're still talking to people, even if they don't have any romantic interests or what have you. Just they like conversation. They like the attention. And so that is rubbing this other energy the wrong way. Whoever this energy is dealing with is they don't like that. They want somebody who actually acts like they're involved. Okay, what's the advice? So the person that is kind of like, acting single or and all that, it's it's recommending, the people, because I see here there is mutual, like they also do want this to work out, but it's just they have this thing where it's just like they just talk to everybody, or like they just doesn't feel monogamous to me, even though they may be monogamous, but just the fact that they're just talking to everybody, and they're not acknowledging that they have somebody. So the recommendation to this person is treat the people that are interested in them like family. Okay, it's just like, oh hey bro, or hey sister, or what, I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting that. Remember, I'm just a messenger, okay? But it's just like, hey, like treat them like, hey buddy, like, hey friends, like, hey amigo, amiga. Like, it's just like, make it clear where you stand with the individual. If you really, if this energy really wants to keep these people, the people that they talk to in their life, because they see them like a friend, or like an acquaintance, or like a community member, or what have you. It's just like, treat them like family, not like a potential dating mates. No, there shouldn't be any flirtatiousness. It should be clear that, like, they're not interested. So that's the advice. Okay? If you're trying not to ruffle any feathers, but also but at the same time, like, you want to try to make it work with your person is just like really be mindful of that. Okay, make your partner, if you are involved, if there is somebody here that you're really interested in, okay, this person really needs to make them feel secure. Okay, the person that loves you, that cares about you, that wants to have something long term is going to make you feel secure. Okay, and the advice for the person who just feels like, oh, they've been wronged and all of that, it's saying, hey, chin up. Okay, it's not as bad as you think. Somebody here just has a tendency to do that because that's all they've known. They haven't been really called out on it. They Nobody really kind of sat them down and let them know that this isn't appreciated and that's not what they like, and it just doesn't leave them feeling secured within the connection. And so it's saying have an open and honest communication. You don't have to feel all like, oh, you know, do it with the intent of trying to improve the connection so that both parties are happy. But the main thing here is keep a positive mindset and outlook. And look at that. Look at that. Love. And then it's going to be great. Okay? All right? I think, you know, a formula for a great connection is honest, open communication where there's loyalty, consistency, and making each other feel secure. Ta-da! I know, right? Is it really that simple, Arcana? Yes, it is. You know, when we have two mature people who are able to do that, oh my goodness. Oh, that is so hot. That is so hot to me. Oh my gosh. Okay, anyways. Okay. Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. This is going to be your June 2025 energy forecast reading. What does Capricorn need to know? Oh my gosh. Capricorn. I'm just reading the comments. If you see me giggling. Capricorn. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So somebody here is holding on to somebody that is toxic and a liar, okay? Somebody who likes to play the field, will say things, lie, and do things just so that they can get by, because somebody here is in survival mode. So the sad part is that somebody here is, even though they know this, they're wanting to hold on to this. Yikes. Why? Oh, okay. The reason why they do that is because they want it to work. Okay, they want it to work. They feel like for it to call it quits, for it to fail, it means that they're a failure. And so somebody here is just very hard on themselves and is willing to stay in something toxic and unhealthy just for, I'm getting, it's image. This is image. This is ego based. This is like not healthy at all. And so And so if this energy is wondering, why am I so tired? Why am I so depleted? Why am I always overthinking things? Why does, why is this other energy not taking them seriously? Why do they always disappear? Why do they lie to me and all of that? It's because this energy is dealing with somebody who's not good for them. It's not. It's like asking, like, why did the dog eat the bone? Like, you know what I mean? Why did the cheater cheat? Why did the liar lie? Like, it's just somebody here is refusing to see things for what it is. And I believe it's largely has to do with the fact that there is some sort of physical attraction. Somebody here thinks that the other person is so like attractive, and because like they don't know what's going to happen and all of that. It's just a lot of limbo energy. Okay, so the message here is stop being shallow. Okay, somebody here is shallow as fuck. Okay, pardon my French. I'm sorry if you're French, but I'm just a messenger. Okay, apparently I have to say it like that for you or somebody here to get it. Okay, stop being shallow. Stop giving just because they're good looking or they're attractive or they got money or what have you. Okay. All right. 8. Don't tell me what to do now. Come on now. What does it look like? It's not that kind of show, honey. You already know. It's not that kind of live stream, all right? Okay. Um, but I see here, yeah. It's somebody here is like living in fantasy. They just feel like, oh, this person, they're just, they're good looking, but they lie, but and so somebody is just like willing to like uh to brush all the BS under the rug because they feel like, oh, well, the physical attraction was there. Oh, like they give me butterflies, but it's just like this person doesn't provide security. Okay? This person doesn't provide security. And that is not, ultimately, that is not going to bring this energy happiness because they're always going to feel like they're left out. And so, nice. So just take action. Okay? Do not. It's called self-love, self-respect. Okay? Do not settle. Cuz guess what? Guess what? There's going to be an attractive person that is also honest and kind out there. You do not have to settle for somebody low vibrational like this. Okay? Any final advice? For those of you who are really, trying to like get hitched, married, have something long term, it might be time for I know some people are gonna be like, what? But yeah, I'm just good. I just have to really ask your family to introduce you to like somebody that you never know, like like a friend of a friend or like a family friend or something like that. If you keep running into duds, okay, if this energy keeps just they're hopeless, they feel like they just keep running into liars and cheaters and all that, and then spread the word. Let people know that you're looking and you're looking for somebody special, and and the people that love and care about you, they're going to look out for you and keep you in mind. Okay? Okay, and next is Aquarius. All right. Hello, Aquarius. Oh. Yes. Aquarius. Oh, wow. Okay. Somebody here is excited. They're just like, tell me, I want to know. Aquarius. One more. Get that energy coming through. Oh, look at that. Oh. Okay. Wow. So Aquarius. I'm picking up here somebody may be on something committed or is headed in that direction, but somebody here has met their match. Okay, this feels like a very like soulmate kind of connection. But the thing about this connection is you guys are very similar to one another. So even like your communication style, your conflict, the way you deal with conflict, the way you just communicate in general, it's very similar, right? And so the thing about that is, as a result, there may be some level of a butting of heads, okay? And even though there's a lot of like, there's a commitment energy that I'm picking up, but because there's also defensiveness, somebody here is kind of like giving like a cold shoulder or silent treatment, or just they're just kind of quiet and needing time to kind of reflect and do their own thing. Okay, I'm getting a warning, and I want to say it because I need to say it. All right. So when there is this like silent treatment and stuff like that, you know, it sometimes couples or whatever connections, sometimes we don't get to see things eye to eye, or there's conflict and stuff like that. But when there is a silent treatment, and this is a warning, when there's silence, when there's space, okay, don't utilize that time to just go off and talk to somebody else and see like how you can uplift your situation by creating a distraction for yourself. Okay? No. Because while one side is doing that, the other side is actually doing the work. Okay? The side, while one side is just like, oh, okay, cool, freedom. Oh, I got my space. Oh, we're not talking anymore, so I can talk to whoever I want. It's just like, and while the other person is just like, you know, I still really care about this connection. I really want us to work, and this is a soulmate connection. We're destined to be together. We're so great together. And even though the feelings are mutual, but it's just like the way that they deal with stress, conflict, it's different. And so one side is wondering, is the other person even like doing the work? Are they even like, it takes two to be in a connection. Okay, it takes two. And so if both parties are not doing the work, then somebody here is going to be rejected because they're no longer on the same page. They would prefer, one side would prefer to be distracted, and instead of addressing what they already have and trying to improve it, it's different. If this is a dead end connection, if the feelings weren't mutual, if there wasn't love, etc., then it's okay to break up, separate, go each other's separate ways, and talk to other people. But however, if you're still in this together, if you're still wanting to work it out, then do the right thing. Okay? Okay? All right. I'm getting the example of hello, Donald. Welcome back. Okay, it's always personal. Always personal. Just kidding. No, remember Donald? I channel. So, and also when I see injustice, I'm like, oh. You know, because that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Like, it's so sad to see good people doing dumb shit. It just, what can I say? What can God say, right? Anyway, so let's go back to the thingy, back to the back to the reading, okay? So the example coming up is the lottery example, okay? The lottery, what have you. Let's say you win it, okay? There's going to be two types of people that win it. One side is going to be the one that will, once they receive their earnings, their winnings, they're going to make that money grow, invest, put it towards things that matter, and they're going to flourish. They're going to be abundant. And when the second person, the other type of person is, they could be given the same amount and it's going to be gone like that. Why? Because they don't know how to keep a good thing. So, which side do you want to be? Because we're always going to be, there's going to be opportunities, faded opportunities. And God is like, hey, so let's see. Is this going to be a reward and an opportunity for growth and expansion and abundance, or the opposite? And so, God can make your dreams and wishes come true, give you what you want. But at the end of the day, if the person is not mature, not making the right decisions, risking it away, then they never really had it in the first place. They never really did, because they were meant to lose it. And so God, again, as mentioned earlier, God wants us to be happy, but at the same time, God is going to test us and make sure that we consistently do the right thing, okay? Any other final messages, God? Yeah, there's a lot of blessings, you know? There's a lot of blessings, so many blessings around us. It's just hold on to toxic behaviors, toxic ways. Really stand in your power and invest in yourself and those and connections that truly matter. Not a dead end, not a black hole, not a distraction, but something that has longevity. Okay? Okay. All right. Pisces. Oh my gosh. Donald made it just in time for the Pisces reading, huh? Excellent. Pisces. Hello, June 2025 energy forecast for Pisces. What? Oh. One more. For Pisces. Oh, yeah. Slippery. What? You don't think so? No, no way. No way. You've totally been here during Pisces readings. Right? 8? Oh, by the way, Donald, 7 is now 8. He decided to move up into shit. Oh, why? Anyways, so I am picking up. So somebody here is very committed to their spirituality. Like they want some sort of like you know, I do go when I post monthlies. I know I just put all of them together as all signs, but you know, I'm thinking I don't know. I'm on the fence about whether or not I should separate it into like just Aries reading and whatever each of the signs different readings. But it's just like I don't know. I also appreciate like this style as well as just doing one right after the other. I don't know. I haven't. We'll see. But but when I do that, I go in reverse. I actually do Pisces first and then Aries last. So, anyways. But what I'm picking up here is, yeah, somebody is really committed to their expanding their mind, expanding their spirituality, because they do want some sort of guidance. Like somebody here feels a little bit lost. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of things happening, a lot of options, and they're not quite sure what to choose. So if they're able to connect on a spiritual level, they feel like they'll be able to be more confident in their when it comes to any insecurities or the unknown. There's definitely some sort of like defensiveness when it comes to something that's kind of feels up in the air or feels like it's a slow progress. Okay, something very snail's pace. I'm getting snail's pace. So I'm picking up on somebody that fell for somebody at a distance. Okay, it's like, so there's a lot of like feelings, romantic feelings, but they're not, somebody here is not being honest. They're not being honest, I will say that. Why aren't they being honest? What are they hiding? What's happening? Oh. Okay. So somebody here wants like a higher level of commitment. You know, all they really want is love. So somebody got love on the brain. You know, that Rihanna song. And Rihanna's a Pisces too, but somebody here at the end of the day, what they're truly hiding, masking, not being honest about is somebody here really wants love. Like, that's very important to them. They fantasize about it, they romanticize about it. But the thing is, they're connecting with somebody that is kind of at a distance, and it's a crush. It's a big crush. And yeah, this energy thinks that the other person is just like, I'm getting the word gorgeous. Okay, somebody here is very like, the way they carry themselves, they're very like classy, grounded, knows what they want, but at the same time is very kind. It's just like the way, it's like, this is a type of person that's like kind to animals, like just sensitive towards other people's needs, and also selfless is what I'm getting here. Aw, thanks, 8. Oh, look at that. So somebody here feels a little bit exposed. Okay, they feel I'm getting, ah, shit. She knows. Okay, so somebody here just feels exposed. But the thing is the thing about being exposed and just being like getting to the raw truth of the matter and just being exposed and vulnerable, it's almost a relief. I'm picking up on some sort of relief, and if anything, the feelings have amplified, and somebody here is even more appreciative because they feel understood. Very funny, Donald. Donald is like, you seem spot on today. I don't usually buy into it, but today you seem like you're talking to me. It's freaking me out. Donald, please. Let's be real. Your mind is always blown. Just kidding. I mean, when we're on here. No, but thank you. I appreciate you saying that and for confirming that you resonate. but I know you come back on here because you see value here. You know there is something special. I know you know. Okay. So I will say this though. Somebody here is a little shy. They're a little shy. They don't really know what to do, whether or not to take action or stand back and not do anything about it. And this energy is just trying to utilize their best judgment and try to be fair. It's almost as if this energy is trying to be very logical in their approach and ways, and by weighing the pros and cons of the situation to help them feel a little bit more comfortable in taking action. Okay? Well, okay. Any advice? So, as I've been mentioning throughout, today's reading, usually all the time. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force them to drink it. And it's one of those things that this energy is learning to strengthen and learning to build the courage to take action and see things through, because there is some sort of denial, like lying to oneself, like it's almost like a down talk. Somebody, instead of like being like, yeah, you could do it, yeah, go for it, what do you got to lose, yeah, instead of like being like that, somebody here is just like, nah, they don't want me. Like, it's just like, relax, okay? It's just kind of like somebody here is just very stressed out because they're trying to play too cool, okay? Wait, sorry, there's like a typo here, but okay, I think yeah. But yeah, so somebody here needs to stop playing it cool, stop trying to hide that they want so like a higher level of commitment, or that's their goal. Like they just okay, if there is any manipulative, sneaky, and low vibrational tactics that is being utilized in the hopes that it's going to help them get what they want, that is the devil way of thinking. That is the devil trying to make sure that you actually don't get what you want. So, okay, what did we learn tonight? Honest, open communication where there's loyalty and consistency. Okay? That's the recipe. That's the recipe. And some of you guys are not ready for that. And until that is addressed and until you are ready for real love, because remember, if somebody here was ready for a real, true love, they wouldn't be playing games. They wouldn't be playing games. Okay? All right. We're gonna end it with a final collective message. I'm not gonna just end it right there for you guys, all right? We're gonna go an extra mile. Okay? We're gonna go that extra mile. So this is the collective portion. In the beginning of the stream, I did an opening message, channeled collective message. And so feel free to check that out if you've missed that. But this is going to be the ending, closing message, you know? If we missed anything, and remember this portion, or any portion really, like it doesn't quite necessarily matter about the signs. If you're in here, if you're listening, you're resonating, there may be a valuable message here for you, okay? Or it's at least something to think about to help, you know, with your journey, okay? Oh my gosh, so many hiccups. So I'm picking up on an energy that is they got some work to do. Okay, they got some work to do because this is the type of energy that has a tendency to block their blessings. Again, it's kind of like that the lottery example where it's just like you're able to, there's a lot of like abundance and opportunities coming, but it's just like somebody's like rejecting it, or somebody here is not fully embracing the journey. It's somebody saying it's too hard, and it's kind of saying like, yeah, it is easy to be not have a moral compass, sure, but for those who are awakened, it is hard to go back. If you're truly awakened, it's hard to go back to toxic ways, or it just feels wrong. And those who are wanting to expand and be more on the spiritual path of doing the right things and like trying to be a better version of themselves, what this energy needs to realize is is that their old ways, devilish ways, needs to go. And so whether that is in the form of lying, cheating, stealing, jeopardizing, sabotaging, you know, the mentality of trying to get away with things for their own benefit, it's not serving them for their highest good. And so somebody here really needs to find their moral compass and try to do the right thing, even if there's no reward or nothing like that. It's just like, do it because it's the right thing to do. So I'm definitely getting somebody is on a healing path. They are very stressed, and it's come to the point where it's just like it's affecting their finances as well. There's something about just not having enough, okay? Or Somebody here feels like an outcast. But it's the thing is they dug their own hole though. They put themselves there. And yet they still play victim. They're just like, oh, why is all this happening to me? Well, and it's what we do after that really matters, right? So I'm getting an example. Okay. So like let's say somebody gets injured or something like that, and there's going to be two types of people. Okay. One is going to be the person that after, something bad happened to them or whatever and they needed healing. It doesn't have to be an injury, it could be whatever. You can replace it with whatever. But okay, it happened. Yeah, you're going to need time to heal, recuperate, and all of that. But one person A, they will, after all of this, after they've gone through all of this, they're going to make sure that they're going to get back or be stronger, or like they're going to be motivated to get themselves out of this rut in a sense. Okay. And whereas person B, there's sometimes people out there where they just accept their circumstances and not do anything about it. They're just going to be like, oh, well, I guess I'm hurt. Oh, I guess somebody did me wrong. Oh, I guess, or even if it's like, oh, I guess, somebody effed up or what have you. It's just like how you come out of the situation. It really shows what kind of character you have. And for those of you who are not there yet, who are just still kind of like accepting the cards that they have been dealt with. Remember, okay, no pun intended. But all right, Donald, come on now. Okay, I'm just trying to simplify and just giving two, okay? but you know what? Maybe I'll throw in a third option for you, okay? But hold on, let me just get through this. But yeah, pick yourself back up. Like, just, you don't have to be stuck. It's also mindset too. A lot has to do with mindset. You know, if something happened like in the physical sense and all of that, and like it's not, you can't, you know what I mean? Like that's different. But I think this main thing is the mindset here. Okay, even the mindset. So don't take it literally. Okay, that was just an example to give you like a picture, an idea of the two different types of people. So which type of person do you want to be? Okay, even if you've been one person, the type of person to just accept it and not do anything and just pity themselves, even if you've been that person all this time, what's to say you can't change? What's to say that you can't pivot in the direction that you want to go towards? Like, and that's the options. There are so many options, not just these two, but there are so many options and opportunities. It's so which path will you choose? Which road will you take? I see here some of you guys, I am picking up on anxiety, like just somebody here being trapped in their mental space. But the thing here is, I see support. I do see support. I can be that support. Okay? I'm that support, you guys. So, for those of you who feel like you're alone or don't have anybody or think you don't have a support system, why do you think I'm here? So even though I may not be there, like in the physical, I'm here, okay? Moral support? I don't know. No, I know. But you know what I mean, right? Anyways, okay, I want you guys to know you guys are loved. You guys are loved. Like, I care so much about you guys. I don't think you guys like fully understand. Anyways, so yeah. So if you need a support system, I'm here, and you can do it. Okay. All right. So I think that's good. I will end it. And thank you for those who have watched it till the end or hung out and commented your beautiful comments. Thank you so much to my moderators and my viewers. Like, I appreciate you guys so much, and it's my pleasure to be here to be part of this journey with you guys. So thank you, and much love to you guys. Bye. Bye.